Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are watching from. Labour Party had discovered massive evidence for overvoting that is in favor of APC and People's Democratic Party, PDP. They said that they have submitted it before the court, and they are optimistic and positive that the court will declare Mr. Peter Obi the winner of the election, adding that the number of voting that was lost during the malpractices could have led Mr. Peter Obi to become the president. Watch what he said.
Places that used to return 100,000 return 3,000, 4,000, 10,000. The beavers walked to that extent. However, because the INEC chose, not because technology failed, not because there was no network, not because of any other reason, they chose to do what they wanted to do, giving room for results to be manipulated.
It happened in Ukwani local government, it happened in Ndokwa West local government, it happened in Ndokwa East, it even happened in Anyocha North. Places where either there was outright refusal to transmit the results, and the results were falsified before they were being brought to the collation center, or several other irregularities. In different local governments, the form of irregularity is different. But in these local governments I've called, the results were apparently manipulated and results.
We found out that results are different. A lot of the results are different from what people collected, other agents have from their polling units.
Well, spokesman of the Obidati Presidential Campaign Council, Yunusa Tanko, joins us now in the studio. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations will still be in order, considering the massive impact that the Labour Party made in the presidential election. But let me start with this whole idea of going to court. Your party says it's going to court. Ahmed Lawan, the Senate President, argues that there is no provision in the Electoral Act for the electronic transmission of results from PUs to INEC server, but electronic transfer. And we had Felix Moka here who said, look, the INEC actually went way above the call of duty to ensure that this election went well. What's your response to that, first
Did
of
you
all?
check section 60, section 5 of the Electoral Act? It clearly says that INEC can use this electronic means of device of actually transmission of results. The beaver machine is very, very clear. It says the beaver machine can really identify your name and identify your finger to know that you are the person that is actually voting. And at the same time, the beaver machine has the performance function of transmitting or transforming the result to the INEC server directly. What that implies simply is that the machine is used for dual purposes and to transmit results. What is INEC chairman told everybody to the guy that the beaver machine will snap this particular result and send it directly to the server. And then the question you want to ask is that at the point in which there were 3 elections, Federal House of Reps, Senate, and then the presidential election, this same machine or this accreditation machine was used to transmit results almost instantly. People were started viewing the result of the House of Reps election and the Senate, but then the presidential election was missing. The same election on the same day. That created all kind of suspicion that we saw, and that made the whole processes a sham election, an unacceptable one.
Well, has there been any kind of data you got from the field that doesn't tally with what has been
sure, because our situation room, in collaboration with all other groups who are interested in making sure that we have a credible election, are able to collate all the results. We have all the authentic results. Don't forget, there are 16 or 15 political parties who run for the same elections, and everybody has one result or the other of that particular same election. And if you're having a clean and fair elections, this result that belongs to every political party should tally with what INEC is sending to the server. It's simple. There's no any rocket science in it. What we are saying is that the process is flawed. It falls below standard from any imagination whatsoever That is what we are challenging.
Now, with this challenge, I mean, of course, you do have the right to challenge the outcome of the election, but is it not a massive distraction from the battle that still lies ahead? I mean, the governorship election is around the corner, March 11, the next Saturday after this one. Can you pull off the same magic in places like Lagos, for example, and the other states that you actually made a very, very good showing?
Now,
can you pull off the same magic?
What we are doing right now is that giving hope to the hopeless, believing that, yes, we know we won the election, and everybody knows that this particular process was flawed. But what we are saying at the same time is that we know that it's important also to win the subsequent elections, hoping that when we win the subsequent election, that would strengthen us the more to do whatever we are challenging in the process of court. So for all obedient and those who believe that there's a need for us to change the system should please go out en masse. In fact, if you are thinking that you voted on the 25th, now rethink that you are voting more better this time around, especially for the Labour Party. This is a very serious call because we need to change this system. We need to give hope to the Nigerian people that believe in that Nigeria can really move from the circle of poverty that we find ourselves.
And in changing the system, are you worried about your members that are going to the National Assembly staying the whole journey with the Labour Party? You have about, is it six? Elected?
Yes, there are even more going to come possibly, and we are having them, and they are going to toe the line of the Labour. That is why we need to be strengthened in all of the ramifications in the election to ensure that we have enough seats. As you think now, if you look at it, there's not going to be any control over the House. We will play a game changer in that particular assembly.
So your party is going to court. We've heard that much. When exactly is that? Have you set the ball rolling on that? And are you confident in the Nigerian judiciary that you will get the kind of justice you're expecting?
You know, for those who have not been following the history of Peter Obi, they should now. Because at the time he won election when he was governor of Anambra State, he won it through the court processes. Today, I had a renewed hope in him. Today, he addressed all of us. And he told us that they just returned him to his home, where he's a master at that particular game. So all obedience should go home and rest, that we are going to challenge this particular cause. Our headmaster, the person destined to rule this particular country, Peter Gregory Obi and Deti Baba Ahmed, are not losing hope, and you should not lose hope. We are going to go all the hog, and by the grace of God, he will be returned as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria based on the instrumentality of law, which he has won clear.
And quickly, Ayo Fayoje says, Peter Obi does not have that inroad in the northern Nigeria at the moment.
And that is the same story you will start with. They told every Nigerian we are only on the social media. Today, after that particular social media advocacy, we move to physical being on the streets of Nigerian people. We move from there now to be allotted 12 states of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which we know we want more than that. We were allotted 12 states within how many months? Yet, we are controlling the social media and we are controlling the Nigerian youth. So anybody who is talking and still under the illusion that we are not firmly on ground, I think he has something upcoming.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Yunusa Tanko is the spokesman of the Obidati Presidential Campaign Council. Thank you very much for joining us and wish you the very, very best as you go to court to seek justice.
Thank you.